Tonight's the big night. Everything I've worked for comes down to tonight. Okay, I think we've got everything ready for tonight. Max is ready. We've got ourselves lots of attendees. Now we just need to handle the bill. I was just about to go down and put our check in for the hall tonight, which means it's time to make sure our money's ready. Yep, definitely. Of course, it's not too late to call it a day. Maybe just get your friends together at the house and have a quiet drink together? It'd be disappointing a lot of people, though. I know, I'm just hoping you don't feel trapped. I want you to have fun tonight at your own party after all, no need to feel stressed. Yeah, by the way, you can pay for it, lol. Fuck the people. Balls to that. Oh well, we're having a party, the same place as the first one. What would I know? A few hours later, I'm standing in a rented party hall watching everything be set up. Max and his band are on the stage getting their sound check done and everything's sounding great. Our bartender is setting up his wares over in the far corner. He seems like an entertaining guy, so hopefully he'll be good for the party. Carmen is supervising the ping pong tables being set up and making sure the keg goes to the right spot. Arthur, this is an official building. Is it okay, serving alcohol here? Oh, don't worry so much. I know the lady who does the paperwork for this place. We have a deal. As long as they don't see it, it didn't happen. I thought America were more strict, you know. We're in the clear as long as nobody calls the cops. I won't be calling them, will you? Fair enough, fair enough. I spend the next 20 minutes or so all over the hall making sure everything is set up properly. Hey Anne, anything I can help with? Oh, Sally. I don't think I've got anything right now. Can you make sure the band is going to be ready? We're going to be opening the doors soon. I mean, you're fucking Memphis, so may as well do something. Sure thing, boss. I chuckle embarrassingly. I'm not even sure where she came in. But she's probably just here to visit her boyfriend before the show. Oh yeah, she is. Sure enough, she runs over to Memphis, planting a kiss on him before giving me a thumbs up. At least I know the band will be ready. Finally, it's time to open the doors. You ready, Anne? I'm going to be, Arthur. Alright, close the curtains, take your beaver disguise off. You've got 20 minutes until curtain, Max. He waves and nods as the curtain closes. I take a deep breath and finally open the doors. The line is down the block. It takes us a while, but we finally manage a system to get people in. At last, the line at the door starts to die down. I figure it's about time to start the main event. I gather up my courage and grab the MC's mic. You can do it, Anne. I smile at her and head off into stage. Looking out over the sea of expectant faces makes me more than a little nervous. I can't believe they actually all came to a party I'm throwing. Finally, I still myself. This is what I came to college for. This is why I left my home city and travelled out here, so that I could break out of my shell. So like the snail I am, I'm going to break free. Oh, wait, it doesn't say that, does it? So I can stand in front of a crowd like this and not die of shyness and embarrassment. Greetings, everyone. I am Anne, your host for this evening. I'm so glad you could all come to my party. Yeah! Rousing! I bet everyone in the room is not quite motivated after that. There's a loud round of applause and quite a few cheers. I smile and try keeping to move forward. I know a lot of you are freshmen like me, and we're going toward the end of our very first year of college. This has been an incredible journey, and I'm so glad that I could just share it with all of you, even if I don't necessarily know you just yet. It's the end of the year, like, if you don't know me by now, then you probably won't know me. There's a song about that. Hopefully by the end of the evening that will be different. The point is, we still have a long way to go, and I for one am so happy that I have all my friends to help me out so far. I just know that together we can support each other and do even better in the years to come. This is a party! Stop speaking like that! I know that together we can support each other? Jesus Christ, it's not a Catholic group! I'm sure they do. The crowd jeers and look ever so expectantly bored. It's probably the best thing I could have hoped for. I try my best not to let the emotions overtake me, smiling at the crowd. So, without further ado, allow me to present the first of the evening's entertainment, another freshman just like us. The people who are probably going to be shit when we found out the lead singer can't sing because of that one karaoke night ages ago. Back Alley Flash! I step back, gesturing toward the curtain as it opens. Max steps up to the mic, looking over the crowd. Hey, give a hand to our hostess, everyone. Now let's do this party right. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, that little squiggly thing, 4 exclamation mark! Matt's band sets in for their first number and the crowd starts getting into it. For the next 45 minutes they play their hearts out, filling the room with great music. About halfway through there's a rumble over near the bar. I grab a couple of the bigger guys and we luckily manage to calm it down before it gets too heated. Luckily it seems to just spur everyone else on. The bartender makes it part of his show. I take a pretty heavy sigh of relief there. As the band plays, the audience gets dancing. I try to lose myself in the crowd a little bit. I dance with whoever comes my way, just having a good time with the strangers of the party, wandering through the dance floor. You have probably been touched up so many times if you're dancing with random people at a university party. Has this person been to a party before? Oh dear. At one point I spot Arthur and think about going to dance with her, but then I see she's dancing with Rakesh. And he's got his hands on her butt, and she's got her hands on his, and, well, I'm certainly not about to intrude on that. That is the best reaction ever. Well, I'm certainly not about to intrude on that. Oh, darling, who do you think I am, a plebeian? Finally, I spot my roomies dancing in a circle in the crowd. I make my way through and start dancing with them. They all grin and wave. At last, the band finishes their set, and even the encores. The crowd stops to cheer. It really was a fantastic show. The curtain closes, and everyone goes back to talking amongst themselves. Suddenly, I feel a presence behind me, and Max appears in the circle with the rest of us. Isabella comes up behind me in the quiet, hugging me softly. I know I did a good job. It's just nice to hear Isabella say it too. Well, is everyone having fun? The roomies look around at each other. Seriously, Anne, this is a great party. We're all so proud of you for putting this whole thing together. Everyone else nods, grinning at me. My heart swells with pride, and I know I've done such a good job. Everyone's still speaking like that, despite pretty much everyone I imagine, being completely wankered. Well, the night's not over yet. I'll bet dish duty for the rest of the week. I can wipe the floor with any of you suckers at beer pong. Well, you are on. We all laugh as we head over to enjoy the rest of my big night. It was such a big night that scene lasted 7 minutes. We've had longer scenes with Professor fucking I have a skull for a face. Weird. Alright kids, you've got finals next week, so I'm sure you've all got plenty of studying to do. Nope! My grades are 999 out of 999. It doesn't get better. I could try teaching you something that's going to be on the finals, but really, why should I start teaching now? The professor throws a slide on the projector that just says study before walking out of the room. Half the class opens their book and starts studying, the other half starts standing up to pick up their things. Not sure which I should do. Sure, for role-playing purposes we'll study. Well, if I'm going to study, I'll do it in my own place. Wait, what? Skipping the event? Yeah, whatever. I pick up my things and head out the door with a bunch of other students with the same idea. I make my way over to the cafe. I figure I get a bite while I study. Well, Anne, I guess the gang's all here. I look towards Sally's voice and see that all my roommates are really here. They've all gathered around a table in the corner. It looks like even Isabella took a break from work to sit down. This doesn't look like the place, which has tables with more than 4 chairs on it. There are a few of us who have illegally taken chairs from other people's tables and put them on ours. Bastards. We all just kept coming in one by one. I suppose our great minds have thought alike. That's actually a saying which is correct. Isabella waves at me, smiling and patting an empty seat. Is everyone else's professor as crazy as Professor Twat? No, he's the only arsehole with tenure around here. I think all schedules all just worked out. Wow, we almost never get to do this. This is so nice. Yeah, we should get together more often. Most of you are pretty alright. Thanks. Isabella punches Max in the arm and we all laugh. It's been a long year, hasn't it? It really has been. Lots of fun, though. Yeah, I think this has been the most fun I've ever had this year. And you managed to learn a lot too. I've been quite impressed with your results. Oh, thanks. Thanks for patronising me, Dominic. Honestly, you've all been so nice to me, I really appreciate everything you've all done for me. How about I get everyone a snack today, if you're not already full? Everyone cheers, and a few moments later I approach the counter to make a few moments. That's how long it takes me to look for the money in my purse. Saying that, I have like $250. Money means nothing in this game. As I wait for another clerk to get my order ready, I look back at the table with all my roommates, friends sitting around it. This has been a good year, and frankly, I can't wait to see what happens next. The next 2 weeks fairly flew by between my finals and everyone else's. I barely got any time to spend with my friends. This game is ending quickly, isn't it? Like, it's ending really quickly. It hasn't like slowly come through to a long built-up conclusion. It's just been like, oh, well, you kissed Isabella. Oh, near your party. Bam! End! Like, I put a lot of work into this last final, but it's not really my last one. Sometimes the idea of 3 more years of this seems incredibly daunting. But I know I need my education, so even though there are a lot of hard times ahead, I know the payoff will be worth it in the end. Ha! You say that, I didn't go. I probably wouldn't even be on campus today if I hadn't needed to sell back some books. As long as I was here, though, I went ahead and printed off my grades for the year. Despite all the craziness this quarter, I've even managed to keep my grades up. It's nice to see all my hard work paying off in my grades. Yeah, he stopped revising months ago now. As I walk back to the Lord's Latin house to pack some things for a trip back home, a couple of people wave at me. Oh, I think they must have been at the party I threw these weeks ago. I feel proud I can look them in the eyes. I wave and smile back. If I didn't hire everything, I just chickened out of everything, would they just like frown at me slightly, shake their head in shame? Yeah. They smile at my acknowledgement before going on their way. My party was at least fun for people, if not the greatest party in history. I'm just happy I managed to throw one. Finally, standing back on the porch of Latin House, I think over all the things I've done this year. Smiling to myself, I open the door and head inside. I drop my things off in my room, wondering what I should pack and what I should leave when I go home this summer. I don't know if I want to leave for summer. I feel like I've finally gotten out of my shell here, especially having Isabella beside me, cheering me on. I just feel like I might be taking a step back if I go home. I just don't know. Well, at least I know what I want to do right now. Take a shower. It's not often I get the place to myself. Isabella's going to be here. I grab up my towel and shampoo and head off. The water on my head feels fantastic. This building has an incredible water heater. Hot water just lasts forever. I turn the temperature up and just luxuriate under the heat. The air turns steamy as I take my time scrubbing my arms and my legs. As I bend over to wash my foot, I scrape at the red spot. Probably a heat rash. I'll look at it when I get out. Oh damn, girl, you do know how to give a show. Ah! I whip around, hurling my soap at the voice. Isabella dodges easily, laughing as she pushes aside the curtain and steps inside the shower. Sorry, Dave, I can't help myself watching that incredible body. Finally, coming down from my fright, I notice that Isabella is naked too. Well done. I didn't know you were home. Yeah, see, what did I say? What did I say? That just makes it more fun for me to watch. Don't be creepy. Oh, sorry, Dave. Come here, let me make it up to you. Oh, wow. There is a... It covers just enough for me not to have to censor it. But again, I can just see all those people pausing the video. Isabella stands under the water with me, snaking an arm around my waist. I'm sorry I scared you, though I'll admit you're adorable when you get that frightened deer look about you. I blush a bit as I look up into Isabella's face. Sometimes I can't believe this incredible, beautiful, lusty lady picked to be with me. She can have a pick of any woman or man on campus, and she chose me. I'm so happy she did, though. Isabella fills a hole in my heart I didn't know I had. As Isabella's face closes on mine, I press my lips into hers. I don't know what kind of journey this wild woman is going to take me on, but I do know there's nobody else I'd rather take my journey with. So yeah, that's the last thing I remember doing on my first year of college. It's been years since I thought about my college days, and as I look back at the time I spent in Latin House, it was definitely the start of a new chapter for me. We're doing this thing, oh, let me tell you a story, are we? The world seemed full of new possibilities, and I think I really wanted to seize all of them. I think I'm happiest, though, that I managed to meet all of those people and still keep my grades up at an acceptance level. I graduated with honours with a library science degree and a minor in English. Most people never expected any less, but I'll admit I had to ignore people pretty badly sometimes to keep myself out of trouble. Whatever did happen to the others? It's hard to remember everybody these days. Let's see and conveniently remember them one by one. Oh, but I've left out Isabella, haven't I? Isabella worked her arse off to get her teaching degree. She was definitely in college much longer than any of us. Well, technically not Dominic, but he was already ahead of us when we got here. Isabella and I dated for about 2 years before she broke up with me. Basically, knew she was moving to Mexico, and how did she put it? She wanted to rip the band-aid off rather than let things fester. It tore me up, I really loved her, and I would never really understand her reasoning. Wait, what? This isn't the true ending. Don't tell me I'm going to have to go back for the true ending. What have I not done? Ugh. Fine, if there is one, people can tell me in the comments and we'll do the true ending. Another half an hour of going through everything. I tried dating a couple of other women. I'd long since realised men weren't for me, of course, but none of them compared. When I graduated and started working at the school library, that's when we met again. We got to talking as she contemplated her schooling. Well, it wasn't long before we both realised neither of us had gotten over the other. We'd both played the field a bit more, and we'd both realised what we were missing. After she graduated, she went down to Mexico immediately. Luckily, the budget cutbacks at the school happened around the same time. It took me a while to get my immigration papers and passport documents all arranged, but Isabella was waiting for me when I got down there. Okay, so she is from Mexico, and this is hopefully the true ending. Her family was incredible and accepted me almost right away. What do you mean almost? Was their cousin Jose sitting on the chair in the corner? No las aceptaré hasta que les veré. ¿Le veré? Hasta que las estoy viendo teniendo sexo? Something like that's how Mexicans speak, isn't it? Oh well. With her degree, Isabella got a great job at the local high school. Secondary school. When I applied at the local elementary school, they were equally pleased to see someone so eager to teach the little ones. She couldn't do that, whatever. I'm just so glad I thought to take Spanish while the college was still paying me to take classes. Though Isabella's family still laughed at my accent. Hey, my one was far worse. As for me, well, I learned so much that first year of college, not the least of which was to be with myself, but not to be so afraid of people. I mean, I don't think I got over myself entirely in that first year. It took me quite some time to really figure out how to be me. I went to the campus library for a few years after graduating, but when budget cutbacks hit a few years later, I had to get a new job. And like I said, Isabella was leaving at the same time. But yeah, everything else about me you probably already know, and at any rate, that's good enough for now. And when she thought, oh, well, what happened to everyone else? Irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. She was just like, oh, they fucked off and did something. I feel like I've been talking to myself for ages. How about you? How was your college experience? It ended quickly. It ended very, very quickly, considering the game was as long as it was. Not as long as Nicole, but, you know, pretty goddamn long. Oh, well. This is Roommates. I would heavily suggest it. There are 4 other paths to be taken, and then another character to go with that as well. So if you think, oh, well, I know what Anne's like, well, you can see what Matt's like is. He even has his own little special scenes you don't get to see with Anne, as far as I'm aware. My name has been ChrisTenarium. If you've got this far in the series, and you're not subscribed, well, subscribe! And goodbye.